Do you think this squad car belongs to Lieutenant Griffith?
I don't think so, mate. Hers is the one with the red stains on the front bumper.
That huge expanse of glass gives us a distinct advantage. We can see into the bank, but the perps can't see out.
They can see out.
They can? Oh, crap, I hope they didn't see me giving them the mozza. Putting a trash can here is just asking for trouble. It's too easy for one of your idiot Occupy protesters to leave an explosive device in here.
Do you mind? The Occupy protesters are non-violent.
Is that so? What about that melee in Oakland?
Those were probably Raiders fans demanding the team go back to LA.
Have you ever noticed how superhero names always have the same first letter for the first and last names?
Sure, alliterative names are really common in comic books. Peter Parker, Lois Lane, Kathy Kane.
Linda Lovelace.
That was on a comic book.
No, mate, she wasn't a superhero.
That all depends on your perspective, old friend. I'm having trouble getting into the bank's computer system. Lieutenant Griffith will never let me in there unless we do it.
What seems to be the problem?
I don't know where to start.
Start by setting up the laptop and getting connected.
Right. Is there anything important I have to remember?
Yeah, keep your bloody hands off my laptop. Anything technical, I'll do it.
Blah, blah, blah. Yep. Laptop.
It's my laptop. You can use it just about anywhere.
Sometimes I take it into the bathroom with me to play Farmutopia on the can.
Fortunately, I always carry disinfectant with me for situations like this.
So let's set it up.
Putting
Blah, 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 blah.
Do you mind if we set up on here?
If you scratch my paintwork, I'll do what all women do when they want to make a man's life not worth living.
Kick him in the balls.
Watch out, mate. I think she's gonna marry you. I'm connected to the bank computer system, but I need a login before I can do anything.
You're supposed to be a hacker. Hack.
From a cold start, trying to find a back door could take days, if not weeks. It would be much better if we did some social engineering.
You mean, like, get a dog and a cat to mate?
What the hell?
That falls more into the category of playing God. I was thinking in terms of persuading a bank employee to give us their login details.
Are any of the bank employees around? We were thinking they might be able to help us.
Actually, the deputy manager is talking to the captain. Why?
He could probably help me with the bank's computer system. We might be able to get access to the security system and retrieve some useful intel.
He would never agree to that. It's illegal and he'd lose his job anyway. Sorry guys, but that's a non-starter.
I bet you could persuade that deputy manager to give you his login. You could use some of that famous charm of yours.
And if that doesn't work, show him your thrupnies.
Not a chance. I am not going on a date with some snot-nosed kid barely out of college to get his login details.
think how good it would look to your boss if he saw you getting the information you need to resolve this crisis.
Ugh, the things I do for the people of New York.
Why don't you just walk straight off
Do
the
you
screen?
think she'll persuade him?
How many horny, nerdy college kids do you know who wouldn't give Sam anything she wanted in the hope of seeing her mustached pagoda?
You're the only horny, nerdy college kid I know, old friend.
Touché.
Okay, here's the login. And that greasy, squeaky-voiced kid is not even getting to first base on our date.
He's a banker. He's already screwed the entire country. He's due a strikeout this time.
We'll talk later, Lieutenant.
Logging in now. I don't think you need to worry too much about Spotty McPhee over there, Sam. From the stuff on this guy's computer, I'd say he likes them older than you.
How much older?
GummyGranny4U.com?
Ew.
Over 80 and still Beatty.com?
Egads, enough already, old chum! I do not need to see a woman with cod liver oil capsules in one hand and KY jelly in the other.
Okay, we've got access to the system.
Okay, then access the fucking system.
Aha! Found it. And it's done.
You've got into the security system?
Hope you
have
cleared
access
out
to
his
the
debt.
cameras?
No, I just gave myself a $50,000 overdraft.
Quit putzing around with that thing and get into the security system!
I can't, only the security manager has access to that. The deputy manager's account does have full system privileges though, so if I had the security manager's employee ID number, I could switch you into his user account without his password or credentials.
Easy. Look it up on the computer.
It's not listed, for security reasons. All I've got is his mobile phone number. Here, I'll write it down.
But if we can get his employee ID number, you can get into his account, right?
Absolutely.
How hard can it be? What's the security manager's number, Melvin?
He just gave
I
it to
just
you.
gave it to you, on that little piece of paper.
Oh, right, of course. I'm going to phone him and ask him for his security ID.
Mate, he's being guarded by a goon with a gun. You might get him killed.
Those are the kind of risks us law enforcement professionals take every day of our lives.
Bollocks. The biggest risk you've taken all week was that stack of maple bacon pancakes you had for breakfast yesterday.
Wilson Chase Bank, hostage speaking.
Give me that damn phone.
Oopsie.
Now turn around and face me. I want to see exactly what you're doing from now on.
That went well.
It's all part of my plan, old chum. All part of my plan.
Oh, so what's the next step of the plan?
The plan is in a, transitional phase at present.
As in transitional without a paddle? It's my mobile.
Lieutenant, do you happen to know if the security manager is inside the building?
I already know that.
Of course, it's the first thing we tried. He's one of the hostages in the front office there. One of the captors is standing right by him with his gun trained on him. They probably know who he is.
We need his employee ID number.
Maybe I could sneak into the bank and get close enough to read his employee ID card.
Do you own a mirror? The only place you could sneak into looking like that is a combination brothel and circus. And I think Mayor Giuliani had a crackdown on them.
He's right, Purple Patriot. You'll have to come up with a better plan for obtaining his employee ID.
Lieutenant, do you happen to...
Of course.
Maybe...
He's...
We'll... Chill. You should have worn I need help. On sec... Stick around. What's this doing over here?
I use it sometimes to watch the stars.
What the hell?
Ah, yes. Astronomy can be such a peaceful and relaxing pastime.
Not that. All the stars from the real Chicas of Jefferson projects go to that gym across the street, and the locker room window doesn't have smoked glass.
Really? All those hot Hispanic dames writhing around in soapy water and...
Whoa, cool your jets there, Maverick. With tights that tight, you can't afford to pitch a tent or you'll rip your canvas.
Oh, God, you're right! Okay, have to concentrate. Yeah. Whew. Okay.
What are you doing?
Thinking of Nancy Pelosi and waiting for it to go down.
I use it.
Oh, god dang it, no.
I don't know why they don't take this thing away. There's never anyone here to use it.
I wish they would take it away. I have to keep reading out safety warnings because apparently some idiot injured himself with it and threatened to sue the mayor.
Bingo.
That's a coincidence. We keep getting phone calls to the Patriot Cave from some cretin of a personal injury lawyer.
Ixnay on the Arkshay, old friend. I don't know. Ix.
You just can't stay away from me, can you?
I like to keep my friends close and my enemies even closer. Also in front of me. Always in front of me. Listen, you pirate of men's pants. I'm trying to do you a solid here.
Are you on the turn, mate?
I'm talking about a favor. You wanted to be a role model, but you're a convict and your name is Mud. I may even have inadvertently contributed to your troubles. All right, I was an ass. Happy now. But this could restore your reputation. If you helped me get the bank schematics and I foiled the robbery, you'd be up for an assist.
They really don't let me have access to that kind of thing. But maybe I know someone who can help. You guys know Stan, right?
The lounge lizard who owns True Believers?
Right, well, he used to be a superhero himself, and he still helps out some of the younger guys from time to time with logistics and support. I just bet he has schematics for all the banks in Manhattan.
Great. Let's roll, old chum.
You won't forget my assist, will you?
Relax, former felon. When I get done telling people about your stellar assistance, you'll be as famous as that guy that helped Paul Revere warn Hancock and Adams. You know, old, Slowpoke. I have to go.
True believers, come.
Hey boys, what's your pleasure?
Discriminating against minorities, passing judgment on anyone who looks different to us.
Are you ever gonna let this go, tiresome assistant?
No, mate, I'm not. You can say what you like, but I'm convinced you only did it because she wasn't Caucasian.
I don't care who she voted for. It was an accident, pure and simple. I didn't even see her lemonade stand until after I'd trodden on it. I understand you operate some kind of Cliff Note scheme for superheroes.
I don't know who you've been talking to, boys, but I think they were playing a joke on you.
Take it easy, Pops. No need to overload your pacemaker. We're not with the cops.
You
Obviously.
boys must think I'm an old fool.
We were hoping.
Go on, Stan.
I've seen you guys going in and out of the 125th precinct. I've seen you hanging around with that hot detective in the leather jacket, too. This is obviously some kind of sting operation.
We work there strictly on a civilian basis. We just need your help with some schematics.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Damn it.
I can assure you, leery landlord, we're not cooperating with any law enforcement operation.
I know a setup when I smell one.
Well, we have been framing a lot of people lately. That's probably what you can smell.
We may have engaged in some morally dubious conduct, but we're in no way allied with law enforcement.
Yeah, these days we're more morally aligned with criminals than anyone, especially Captain Corruption here.
Well, now it's funny you should say that, young man.
Really? Then why don't I feel like laughing all of a sudden?
I have a little job you could do for me. You'll actually be killing 2 birds with 1 stone for me.
He means we'd be achieving 2 goals with only 1 task, mate. He doesn't actually want you bludgeoning any innocent avians to death. Just saying.
So you have some favor you want us to do for you, right? My life seems to be one long list of favors for people lately.
Punctuated by occasional breaks to viciously beat people with alternative lifestyles and harass anyone with the wrong skin colour.
Are you guys sure you're not with the police?
Just tell us what you need us to do, Pops.
I just recently sent my application to have my license for this place renewed. Trouble is, I accidentally spilt something on the application form. So when the state liquor authority received it, they spotted some white powder and immediately sent it to the NYPD for analysis. I have it on good authority that it's been booked into evidence at the 125th precinct. If you boys could get it for me, that would prove to me that you're not trying to entrap me. And I'd owe you whatever help it is you need from me.
You have got to be.
Done.
We'll do it!
Alright, to the precinct.
Thanks for the information.
Can I get you boys a drink?
Not for us.
I've got non-alcoholic.
Which are they?
Water.
Any of them, really. I watered the drinks down so much, they're all technically non-alcoholic.
Pass.
Oh, yay, Consuela. Fantastic. Another person we've pissed off in an earlier episode.
Didn't you used to be a receptionist at the AGS auditions?
And didn't you end up working in the TV production office after that?
I found my calling in life, reporting the news for the good people of New York.
Of course. What better job for a woman? You're actually getting paid to gossip. The only way this job could be any sweeter is if you got to do a bit of professional nagging on the side.
Do you have something against women in positions of authority, Purple Patriot? Are you intimidated by powerful women?
Listen, lady. If I'm not intimidated by how much perfume you're wearing, I'm certainly not intimidated by that microphone and that little badge they let you wear. Hey, Woodward or Bernstein, don't you know the big news story is downtown? What are you doing here? Waiting for a shot of the perps being driven into the station when the real action is over?
Real journalism is about talking to the right people and asking the right questions. While all the other sheep are standing around with vacant gazes letting events play out, I'm going to get the inside scoop direct from the source.
Just make sure you don't get in my way, news witch.
From what I've seen of your exploits, I doubt you could keep up with me.
Don't worry, mate. This woman changes her job more often than you have hot dinners, and you're up to 4 a day. By the time this case is resolved, she'll probably be a pastry chef. I don't mean to be personal, for once, but aren't you Hispanic?
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, if Channel 8 is just for rednecks and racists, why did they pick you as a reporter?
Same reason they pick all their reporters. An amazing set of gams.
I'm the token immigrant to placate all the liberal critics. I'm Peruvian, so I don't look any darker than Megyn Kelly when she's been in the sun.
I always assumed she'd turn to dust if she went out during daylight hours.
I have no...
That's fine. I'm mainly interested in...
He really is wearing bells on his feet.
It's a trash basket. It contains a lot of used printer paper.
Including several screwed up janitor second-class examination papers.
Apparently, some people felt that, in the event of a toxic chemical spill, putting newspaper over it might not be sufficient.
This box was reserved for a Kickstarter backer to write the description. This box contains my hopes and dreams. This box contains the aroma of onion, celery and pepper being tossed into a hot roux. This box contains the explosive device I use to stop people going through my boxes. Or was that the one on the left? This box is packed full of chocolate coins in gold paper that I managed to convince Kyle were bitcoins. This box contains several larger boxes. This box contains all the letters that Mary Ellen Stewart ever sent me. Okay, technically that her attorney ever sent me. Touch that and you die.
Oh, don't be so melodramatic.
No, literally. I wired the cabinet casing up to the mains to burglar-proof it. Here, let me do it. Right, all safe now. Go for it.
There's a sealed envelope in here, old friend. Is it yours?
No, it's that bloody idiot Profaci again, I wouldn't mind betting. He keeps filing evidence in my tech room. You know when Hurricane Sandy caused all that damage and the NYPD had to announce that thousands of barrels of evidence had been destroyed?
Of course, old friend. It was all over CNN.
Yeah, well, a few hundred barrels were destroyed. The rest had just been misplaced by Sergeant Scapegoat.
Wait, if this is evidence, could it be the evidence we're looking for?
I don't know, mate. Shall I hold on to it?
Better had, old chum. We need to see if this contains Stan's suspicious substance. This envelope contains misfiled evidence. We're just not sure what it's evidence of at the moment.
How about opening it?
A monumentally poor judgment call on your part would be my guess.
Just open it. You know how I hate suspense.
It's not often I open an envelope hoping it's a timeshare brochure, but this might just be the exception.
What have you got in there?
A letter from the Liquor Licensing Board and a plastic bag containing something which is unlikely to be scouring powder.
Well, we've achieved our goal at least.
If by achieved our goal you mean sold our souls to the highest bidder, I'm inclined to agree.
I'm starting to feel a little uneasy, old friend. I'm not sure if it's the morally suspect conduct or the 7-pound, 12-egg breakfast burrito I had for lunch.
Well, if it's the latter, just keep your exhaust pointing away from me.
Now, because this game requires that I have the exact thing selected, boom, you can't just have it and magically give it to him.
We managed to intercept your evidence before it was processed.
Oh man, you guys have no idea what a relief this is. If the NYPD had gotten a hold of this, it would have been curtains for me.
Just in future, be more careful with your recreational substances.
Oh, this isn't for personal use. That's why I was so worried. If the NYPD had received this, they would have figured me out and put an end to my import-export business once and for all.
Are you telling us that you're a dealer?
Well, of course. Do I look like someone who would be using this stuff personally? You didn't think I could possibly make a living from a bar that's half empty all day, did you? The demand for this stuff is so high, and it's so hard to get to the distributors, that there are huge profits to be made.
Our campaign of justice just hit a new low, mate. We are so going to hell.
I must admit that this does seem a little more extensive than I had originally intended, suspicious sidekick.
But boys, think of all those happy children you helped.
Children? Sweet baby, Jesus, what have we done?
Thanks to you, tens of thousands of Chinese babies will be drinking safe formula milk, imported from the Netherlands. The quality and safety monitoring in Europe makes their formula incredibly desirable for Chinese parents who can afford it.
I can't help thinking we pulled our asses out of the fire by the skin of our teeth on this one, old friend.
What a charming and anatomically incorrect metaphor that is. True though.
Now, give me the maps.
Can I get you anything, boys?
Yeah, the schematics.
Not for us, kindly.
If pushing people around and making ourselves feel important.
Right, we retrieved your Dutch bottle candy. Now we need some bank schematics.
Anything for my favorite customers.
We're your only bloody customers. This place is always empty.
It's true, things have been really slow for weeks. Many of our regulars are boycotting the place because we banned Magma Maiden after an unexpected visit from the fire inspector. Nevertheless, you boys really helped me out with that formula. What bank do you need help with?
Wilson.
There's a siege at Wilson Chase Bank. If we can get the schematics, we think the officer in charge will let us take over the rescue operation.
Oh, that should be no problem. I have schematics for almost every bank in the city. They're surprisingly popular targets for supervillains.
No shit. You'd think that people who could warp reality, control time, and manipulate their own molecules would find a more ambitious goal than knocking off a few banks.
Here you go, boys. This SD card has a full set of schematics for Wilson Chase on it. It should give you a real advantage over the lowlifes who've taken control of it.
Many thanks, magnanimous moonshine merchant. Thanks for the information. It's a corkboard.
Single room available in Soho Loft. Ideal candidate would be able to make themselves scarce first Thursday of each month for Vanguard of Villainy meeting.
It's
Single...
Right way to the bank. Let's make sure. That's nothing in there anymore, so.
I need.
My laptop is logged into the deputy manager.
That little putz lied to us. Stay put while I go and motivate him to give us the real info. Where did I put that rubber hose?
Alright mate, put the pitchforks away. He didn't lie to us. His account just doesn't have access to the security systems. We need to switch user accounts to the security manager. If you can find a way to get his ID number from that mobile number I gave you, we're golden.
And if not?
What's the opposite of golden? Turd brown?
Thank you, old chum. Very graphic.